All right, people, making a special update here. I'm going to be talking about Apple, BA, and Goldman Sachs, but we'll first start with Apple here on the special update. So Apple update, we are in the July 21 145 calls at 212. As long as this holds above 144.50, all should be well. Even a bit more room. Apple keeps coming back and forth. It's been disappointing action. I expected it today to be honest with you, to pop, but there's some just negative facts that are holding something that definitely wants to go higher. This is the game sometimes. But again, I chose these July 21 145 calls because I knew this could happen. Unlike BA, like I've explained in the original plan, that was a more smooth move. So keep this in mind, people. Again, those July 21 145 calls are 212. So look, you could also, if we don't see enough of the right action, you can always take a break even if we get that. But we're going to see how it works. We have time, and it doesn't take much. Apple simply pops a bit, and we're able to make we can make money. This stock can surprise. All right, people. So now we're going to talk about BA here. So BA update. I advise to take profits today as BA hit 208. I'm going to show you that on my stream. The July 21 205 calls made over 100% in just 2 days. So this is where I made some good money. I positioned myself more into BA as BA was a better setup than Apple. But this has helped a lot. And of course, one of my other positions is Goldman Sachs. We'll talk about that. So listen, I'm going to talk about some other plans about BA here. So I like this stock to go higher still. Okay. Now, I took all my profits, even on the runners, and I'm looking to get back into BA. Because of BA's pullback, right? But we hit a high over, our options hit over 110% at one point. So I took profits there, and then I put stops and got stopped out on the rest. But it doesn't matter. Even if you're holding these, you can still hold these, right? Because we've got support, right? Targets are still in play, but we have support. Now, support is 206, okay? So that could be a bounce play, and then 204. I will explain some ways for more gains with the July 21 call. So let's say July 21 210 calls. So let's go take a look at those July 21 210 calls here. All right, so people, so here we at the Yahoo Finance, and BA closed at 206.44. We had a high of over 208 today. And so here's the 205 calls. They still they're up. They were at 4.35 at one point of the day. But interesting enough is you can see there's a lot more open interest starting to happen here in the 210 calls. So this means these are going to be another way to make 100% gains. So I'm going to talk about using these. You can use these to get into. There's going to be several ways to use this 210 calls. Okay. I'm going to explain that now inside the video, but here, take a look at the options, and again, we have these are the 210 calls at 74 cents now. Okay, so we're back at the charts for BA. Now listen, people, one way is to look for some support action happening in the 206 area to engage in the July 21 210 calls, okay, for this pullback, because the stock could relax a bit. Second option is for wait for this to break over 208. Okay, a break over 208, and we could try to, and you can engage with these July 21 210 calls. Of course, we could also look to get into support, and mean support goes all the way to 204. Okay, so to make matters simple, because I don't want to, I'm not going to, as I'm not a full-fledged service here. At the moment, what I'm going to suggest is that if we get above 208 again, if we break above 208, you can engage automatically in the July 21 210 calls, because this is a trending stock. Okay, again, watch for support in the 206 to 204 area, and you can engage in those July 210 calls. And of course, your support, you obviously want the stock. If you're buying, let's say at 205. That's if it gets there. Then your stop would be if it would go below 204. Okay, or you wait for a breakout, or I make another update. But I want to just explain that I still like this BA plan. I mean, it's made great gains. It's just that this pullback is one of those things where they might open it a little bit lower, and it won't take long. It might just come up and relax for a day or two, and then start to pop higher. All right, let's go talk about Goldman Sachs. All right, people. So here's Goldman Sachs. So GS support is 226. I am still in the July 14 227 and a half calls. I'm in a loss right now. Calls at a loss, but I will explain the facts in the video. So listen, people. We just need over 228 to 229 and we can gain a lot. I will explain the facts in the video. Okay, so before we go to these Goldman Sachs, let me just go back. Let me just go into Power Trigger Trade for a second. All right, the reason why I'm coming back here to Power Trigger Trade, you can see around 10:19 a.m. I posted this that for the July, on July the 10th, the BA was up 100% in 2 days. Well, I posted this point here when they were at we entered at 202, confirming at 202. That's what that means. But at this time, the options were at 4.0. Take some profits on your runners. Now, actually, as I posted this, it popped up a little bit more. It popped up higher, and those options traded at 420, 430. Okay, and so if we entered at 202 and your options go to 4, that's a doubling. That's 100%. So it was a bit more, about 110%. Now I didn't get all 110%, as then I sold only 50%, which is what I usually do. And then on the runners, I got stopped out as this went below 207.30. That's where I decided to put a stop. And I'm then again, we're looking to get in based on what I explained. Listen to what I said in the video. We're going to go to GS now. All right, people. So here we're back at the GS chart. So listen, it's as simple as this. Okay. I'm going to tell you a story about, because I trade weekly options and for very complicated stocks. For example, I'll tell you a story about Google. Okay, I had a plan for Google and there was only 3 days on the weekly options, but again, it's a proper setup, and this is kind of like a proper setup. And believe it or not, I was 70% in the loss on the very day of expiration, but it flipped and I made 300%. But the options, actually, I had to exit it, but the options even went as high as 600%. And why do I say this? Because in extreme cases that, yes, I could lose 50% on these options. I positioned myself, but the gains I make on some weekly calls, especially on Goldman Sachs, it allows me to take the type of chances, because I decided I know that this could pay me 100, 200 to 300% gains, right? And we have in the 2 days that is left. If this happens tomorrow, I expect to get a result. Either they hold the support, or I'm going to lose money. Let's go take a look at the options, people. But before we do that, like I said, as we break over 220, 229, we can celebrate and be happy. And I'm holding as long as 226 holds, and going to lose money if it doesn't. Could lose about 50%. Let's go take a look at the options together. All right, people. So here we're at the Yahoo Finance. The Goldman Sachs closed at 227.39, July 14th. So listen, people. I mean, I honestly expected them to really pop. They've been very, very. The original options I talked about were the 230s, but we moved into the 227.5. You can see they're trading around about $1.66. Okay, so it's against me. I'm losing money. And I could lose even more than 50% if we happen to really. But this stock, I've been in this, and I've been with Goldman Sachs many times. I'm telling you now, even it's went against me 60, 70%, then went for me 200%. Do you know why? If the setup is correct, people, you're gonna make money. It's just a matter of sometimes, because this is something I've been dogging. The damn thing finally confirmed properly, but it's not easy, because there's all these factors that can happen. But technically, And the way this is trending, it's in our favor to pop higher. It's a matter of will they do it fast enough. And again, I got up to July. We still got up to July 14th. That's 2 days. Tomorrow it could resolve the issue and pay us. And if it doesn't, do it this week. Take a loss. I will look, reassess it, and may try it again, even though I had a loss in it. All right. All right, people, welcome to Power Target Trades. If you like these plans, I'm going to post the original plan here. I talked about Apple and how it would be choppy, and that's why I chose the July 21 145 calls, because I knew that worst case scenario, if we don't get enough of the right movement, and again, anything can happen. Right now, I mean, this stock could easily put us in some profits. It's not going to be a great. It could turn out to be a very good winner for all we know. Okay, there is plenty of time with those options. But I chose that because of the chop that I expected could happen. I was hoping that it wouldn't be as bad, but it was being choppy. But unlike I said, BA was smoother, and Goldman Sachs is a little bit of a tricky stock, but it could pop. We're going to see tomorrow, anyways. So that's how it is, people. Sometimes plans very, very smooth. I mean, Goldman Sachs has been I made some profits in it. I played around with it because it's gone up, right? So there's the options made money already. But if you're holding a position in them, which I am still, then you're obviously losing some money because of the pullback, but it's trending, it's holding support, and it could pop and pay us the big money because it only went up to make about 20-30% gains on the options by me holding it. It's been flipping and flopping, but theoretically I've been correct about this, and we are trending higher. Just like my JPM was a much smoother plan, but I think because of the bank stock like JPM being having its issues and being weak, it hasn't helped the Goldman Sachs move. Anyways, people, see the Center Power Trigger Trade. If you haven't subscribed, I suggest you subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of great things. I make a lot of great plans. I really care about my plans and for my subscribers to make money. It's all about us making money together. Sometimes there's going to be losses along the way, but I assure you, if you follow the plans and we take the confirmation trades, okay, not just buy anything just because I say it's about confirmation. Confirmation is key, right? You're going to be ahead, I assure you. And I wouldn't take any trades unless you understand the process. And so let's just you study, follow, and then you're going to be willing to. You're going to want to take the trades, and you're going to trust my judgment, because my judgment is to help my followers make money. Okay. And create a super something very uniquely done, right? And all you need to do is simply, it's all here for you. I made a created playlist. Listen, study these videos, people. I'm telling you, you're witnessing power here on my channel. Subscribe, because I'm going to be doing things like super chat, okay? And listen, I wanna do something amazing. I believe that something power and positive is going to come out of all this. So it's a matter of that trust, okay? Because all these plans have one goal in mind. I'm looking to make us money. Sometimes, listen, we have to take profits and move on. Like right now with BA, it's still running the stock. I mean, I've taken most of my profits in it, but I still like it, and explaining you what we're going to do about it. So anyways, people, listen again to the video. It's going to get too long if I keep going. See the Center Power Trigger Trade. It's going to appear here in a circle format. Simply click on it. It's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. Again, I suggest everybody subscribe and open up a YouTube channel. It's going to be worthwhile. Trust me. You want to follow me on all formats, on Power Trigger Trade, on StockTwits, or on Twitter. It doesn't really matter which one you choose to go on to, because you need the Power Trigger Trade for the updates, for me to talk, make some update if necessary. And you need the video format. There's going to be things I'm going to be doing here, and then it's all organized. Trust me, you want, all the links. You want to be subscribing to this channel if you're serious about making money and you like my style. And it's going to be helpful to help you study, because the key is for us to make money. And when you make money and I make money, all good positive things happen with that. Obviously, there's going to be losses along the way as well, but we're going to be on the surplus if you take the solid confirmed trades, especially if you take all of them. You're always going to be ahead, I assure you. that. Thanks for listening. Like the video.